Because to a degree, I understand what some people are saying. They're like, this has been an embarrassment on the part of our tactics in war. The fact that we have all of these bases, all of this money, all of these resources, and Iran fought us off with some like drones you could get at Target with some bombs strapped to them. And I don't know, obviously, the easy thing to do, the easy thing to say is just that you want peace. It's a human thing to do. I just want peace. I just want everybody to get along. And sometimes you run into the unfortunate truth of that is just not the world we currently live in. It is delusional to be like, oh yeah, everything is going on, yeah, but just like throw some peace on top of that. And it's like, what is happening is why we don't have peace. And so you get this deal. This deal, by the way, which comes from us needing a deal after we attacked them again. We had already hit them before. We already, like every time Trump's been president, we've hit them a little bit. And then we went in because we were feeling ourselves after Venezuela. You remember Venezuela, that sovereign nation where we went and got their president on a random day? Everybody was confused. World leaders were confused. He was confused. He over here sitting in jail like... And I'm not saying, look, I'm not saying on his own, through his own actions, in a different timeline of justice, that he doesn't deserve jail. But just the way that we did it, I'm sure felt weird. Do you know what I mean? The way that we were like, yeah, let's go get him. He's a terrible criminal. And then we did, and then the people of Venezuela were like, all right, so, well, thanks, I guess, but what's the plan now? And we were like, oh, y'all figure it out. We just grabbed him. But then we needed a new plan. We needed something because we tore up the old plan. You know, Obama's Iran deal. Trump pulled us out of Obama's Iran deal because he was like, I can get a better, we don't even need to do this deal. I can get a better deal. I can get a better deal. I'm a deal maker. Look, y'all don't even know who you're talking to. I can get, as far as deals go, you wouldn't even believe. Have you read the book? Because I did it. I'm the Picasso of deals. I'm a dealer. I'm surprised I don't work at one of my own casinos. I deal so hard. I'm going crazy right now off of deals. I got deals like y'all. That's y'all's problem is y'all don't understand what a deal is. You know, we're in a deal right now. You didn't even know. I'm just that good. See, look, watch a master work. All right, sick of y'all doubting me. And plenty of people, you know, not across the aisle as in an equivalent number, but plenty of people, no matter their like political party, were like, okay, but what is your plan? What is your deal? And he's like, I'll get to it. And then they were like, well, you already tore it up, so you better come up with one quick. And he was like, no, I'm sure it'll be fine. And he didn't have a better deal, but he believed he could get one. He was mad too whenever people brought up Obama's deal, because he had to tear up Obama's deal just to get us in this situation. And so everyone reminds him of Obama's deal, so he's living under the shadow of Obama's deal. It makes him very mad. Yeah, it just feels like something he did for his own ego because he didn't like that Obama got a deal. He didn't like that Obama got something that he didn't have. It's like why he's been so obsessed with Nobel Peace Prize. He can't stand that people look back at Obama as like a great president, and it takes a toll on him. It's wild to me. He clearly thinks about Obama so much. He thinks about Obama more than I think about Obama. You have to understand that this man hates Obama so much that he thinks about him more than someone who was like, oh, that's the first black president. He thinks about him way more than I think about Obama. It's wild. Like, okay, a good example. Okay, do this for me real quick. Every single one of you in here, close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Some people are still peeking. Close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. Okay. So when you close your eyes, it is black. And Trump hates that. Like, he hates that. He hates that so much, right? And I think that, like, obviously we're normal people. We're normal people. So when we close our eyes, we see regular black. But I think when Trump closes his eyes, he sees Obama. Like, he must see Obama every time he closes his eyes, which must be why he's so upset all the time, because he's sleeping so much. He sleeps more than he's supposed to be sleeping. There's 8 hours in the day where you're supposed to see Obama, right? And then there's extra time as you get older. You need more naps, so you see Obama more often. But, like, he's so mad that he sees Obama so much, and he's like, I can't let him have anything. It's insane. It's genuinely insane. And anyway, he pulled out of the deal because he was like, that's Obama's deal. I refuse to be a president under any deal made by Obama. I'm going to roll back all of his policies. I'm going to roll back all of his progress. As much of it as I can get away with, especially if I have Congress on my side, I'm going to roll back as much as possible. So I'm going to pull myself out of this deal. So he pulls out of the deal. And people are like, what are you doing? And he's like, you don't think I can get a better deal? You don't think I can get a better deal than Barack? You don't think I can get, you don't even know who you're talking to. You don't think I can get a better deal than Barack Hussein? You know we love capitalizing that Hussein. That's his favorite thing to do. You don't think I can get a better deal than Barack Hussein Obama? Come on now. I'm Trump. And then people in his cabinet were like, we know. We know, which is why we're asking, what is the plan? Why do you think you could get a better deal? Do you have a better relationship with the Supreme Leader? Do you have, like, a better, forward view of how you're gonna progress relations? And Trump was like, I'm white! You don't think I can do it? I'm white! Oh, it's nice to be here under what should be pretty good circumstances. It seems like, we've heard this before, we've heard it many times, so we don't know, but it seems like, but we have no full proof, but it seems like, it seemed like a few times, but it seems like, but we're almost sure this time. It's been on the news a bunch now, so it should be true, but also that doesn't mean anything. And so this time it should be for good, but also it gets said that it's for good every 2 days. But we are almost certain now, because everybody flew and everybody signed the thing, that the war is over. Yeah. That, I really want to believe it. I want to believe it so bad. They even flew to Versailles and signed it at Versailles. I didn't know Versailles had special powers like that, that, like, if it happened in Versailles, it's gotta be true. But they even flew to sign it. And when he was walking out, even Trump was like, they signed it. No takesies, backsies, they signed it. I'm thankful. I'm thankful that the war as we know it is over. Remember the war that wasn't a war? We went to a lot of trouble signing a whole peace deal for something that wasn't a war. And it's not technically it's a peace deal, but technically it's this, like, memorandum of understanding, which basically means, like, all right, I'll stop if you stop. All right, but if you stop, stop. I won't do anything if you don't do anything. Okay. It's a lot like that moment. This entire war feels like a bar that I went to one time where I sat down, and I don't drink. I do shows at bars, but I don't drink, so I'm just there very aware. And let me tell you, it doesn't feel great all the time. There's nothing, like, at least if I drank and then I had a bad set, I'd be like, I think it went okay. But But no, be it stone cold sober, you're like, they didn't like me. And I remember I was doing this show, I got done, I'm waiting for my friends to finish too, because my friends also went up at the show, and so I'm watching them in the background, and in the back, these two dudes started fighting. And they were two dudes that nobody wanted to see fight, because one, I don't like to just see people fight out of nowhere. If a fight is already happening, I will be nosy, yes. But if it's just like two people talking to each other and then like things get violent, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. But especially these two dudes. You did not want to see these two dudes fight because neither one of them looked fit. Like this is about to be a very sloppy fight. This is about to be devastating. Because they both had that thing where they've been thinking about fighting for a long time. And then they finally met each other. So then they get to fighting. And when I tell you that two people who don't know each other but were so perfectly made for this moment got winded at the same time, both these men lasted about 6 punches before they were like, one dude, first of all, they had no distance management at all, so they were missing a lot. It actually took a while for either one of them to connect at all. Their first few swings were all missing. What dude, okay. He went to kick this dude, right? And he even took a stance. And when somebody takes a stance like that, in your mind you think, uh-oh, this person knows how to fight. This person trains. Both of them were like middle-aged men, and both of them were not fit. And so it never occurred to me that if somebody takes a stance, maybe you're like, whoa, this guy trains. Or new options after I saw this. Wow, this guy used to train. This guy has seen a bunch of movies, so he knows exactly how to stand like the dude in the movie. But that's where the relationship between what happened in the movie and what's about to happen completely ends. Because this dude took a stance. Right? And then he went in for the kick, and he even kicked right. Like he even kicked, and the follow through looked good and everything. The way he gave himself away is that he made the noise. He made the noise early. You don't need the noise, by the way. That's how you can tell when somebody doesn't fight. You don't need the noise. You actually don't. That thing is an old. You don't. That's not real. Nobody's actually doing that. The only people that do that are in the movie, and the only people that do that in real life are copying the movie. Like, that's not... Okay, so this is a piece of film lore that I have been told. I don't know how true it is, but basically way back in the day, when we're talking like some of those early, big, mainstream kung fu movies, like Bruce Lee, right? Bruce Lee was doing these scenes, but he was doing them with like real technique, and because he really knew how to fight, he was over here... That is real. Like, when you hear somebody... that they're boxing you up. That's all you're gonna hear. You're gonna hear them whispering a beat down, right? So if somebody's boxing, like, that's a real thing. But then because he's so quiet and because the moves are like so unfamiliar to the audience, the director was like, hey, you're gonna have to give us something else so we understand something's about to happen. Like, we don't even know that's your power shot because it's so fast, and you're just like, and then it's over. And then I don't know if they told Bruce Lee to do it or if it was Bruce Lee's idea to do it, but he was like, Kia! Like that, like, that's not a real thing. And also, he even when he did in the movie, he did it while he was doing the thing. Kia! You know what I mean? Like, Kia! You know, this dude just did a whole Kia! But like hadn't moved yet. What are you doing right now? Like that, you missed it. You hit key and you missed ya. What's happening? So then the dude went to kick the dude, and he was like, Kia! And then kicked later. I thought I was having a stroke. I was like, surely this man didn't make the whole noise and then move. There's no way. This man went, Kia! And then he went to kick, and he kicked right, but he just completely missed. This man spun in a circle and landed right back where he was and looked dizzy. how dare you kick in public like that and just do a pirouette? Like, the man, no, it's insane. And then dude realized this is his opportunity. This man got himself all confused. He spun in a circle. He's dizzy. The room is spinning. This is where I take my opportunity. So then he geared up. But like, even the way he was trying to throw this uppercut doesn't make any sense. He tried to throw... He tried to throw the uppercut like a cartoon, because rather than just being here and then punching up, this man had... This man had his fist up here and was really gonna make a whole U-turn up. This dude went, and then he swung, and then he missed, and then he hit the wall. This man punched the wall so hard, he had to have busted something. He punched the wall so hard, and then he did a thing that like we all do at some point. I don't know what this is. I used to think I was alone until I saw him do this thing. He punched the wall instead of the guy he was trying to punch, and then immediately he just put his fist in his armpit. Why do we do that? Like, that's a crazy thing to do. That doesn't heal anything. It's like I need to hide it real quick, because if light doesn't touch it, it'll heal fast. I only broke 3 knuckles. And then this dude sees, right? He sees that this guy is like holding his fist in his armpit. And so he decides this is his chance for another kick. But he learned his lesson. He didn't go for that like mid-height kick again. This man went for a low kick. He was gonna kick him in his calf, really take away his mobility, right? And so he went to kick him in his calf, and he really reared back too. This man reared back like fully. He hit the full kick, right? And then something must have gone wrong, because right about here he went, ah! And so right about here he went, ah! And then I know his back locked up because he didn't move. He didn't look like a balanced guy. So that's just frozen. That's just you locked in, right? Ah, ah, ah. So you had my man right here, and you had the other man, and I didn't know it at the time, but I was basically looking at what the U.S.-Iran war would look like. And then they even told the customers, they were like, listen, look. Because people talk to you different when they're broke. Like when they're broke, like when somebody broke, you get 9 looks before you get to the point. Like, look. Okay. All right. You get 5 eyes and 9 looks. When somebody, I know a lot of broke people. Honestly, by the 4th look, I'm like, you don't have it. Just tell me you don't have it. Don't waste my time. You don't have the money. But look. All right. Because that last eye is because they know you're starting to get mad. But they still haven't figured out what they're about to say. Look. All right. Look. Okay. I know you bought a ticket. And you did it the regular way, where you were like, ooh, I'm gonna buy a ticket because I want to go to a place. And we were like, we go places. Buy a ticket with us. We go play where you want to go. Oh, I want to go Cancun. We love Cancun. We'll take you to Cancun. I know you bought a ticket because we were acting like and you got on the website, and the website was working all good that day and everything. There was no buffering or anything. And your ticket came so fast. We were surprised too, right? So then. But look, I don't know how to tell you this. I don't know how to...
I don't know how to tell you. Okay, so you bought the ticket. I know you bought the ticket a while ago because you were trying to plan ahead because that's you. That's you. You know, you a smart, good person. You know, also when people are broke, they start to flatter you hard. Like you a smart. No, you so smart. Sometimes I'll just be seeing you. I'll be like, look, smart, right? So you just look, you're smart, and you thought ahead and you bought the ticket, and we sold you that ticket. We did do that. We did. We should take accountability. We did sell you what you bought from us. That was the model at the time. That was the plan. That, you know, you want something, we would sell you something. You would get on the plane. That's a big part. You would get on the plane. And then that plane would be going to Cancun anyway, so you would just be riding with them. You'd be riding with everybody who wanted to go to Cancun, right? And then you would land in Cancun and you'd be like, oh, I'm in Cancun. You would have a great time. And then you would come back on the same or different, but you would come back with a bunch of other people who wanted to get back into the United States. And I hate, look, everything I'm telling you is what you expected, and that's reasonable because you did everything you were supposed to do. You paid the money, you bought the ticket, we used the money. But I hate to tell you, and I hate to be the one to tell you, I wanted to bring you good news today. I wanted us to just be able to chill and hang out and have a good time. But the second half of what you expected to happen, we closed. We closed, and I hate it too. You know what I mean? They not paying me to talk to you right now. We closed. And so you're gonna have to find a different way back with a different airline. I'm sorry, I hate it. Look, I hate it, but it's the way it shook out, you know. Wish we would have merged with JetBlue when we had the chance, but so it did happen today. We lost Spirit Airlines. Man, this is very bad. This is just so you know, look, we made a lot of fun of Spirit Airlines, and a lot of it was warranted. I'm gonna do it tonight. But you should also be very aware that if people always love to play recession indicator. You know, people are always like, oh, you know, the price of cookies is up. That's a recession indicator. Or, oh, people aren't buying tickets to as many baseball games. That's a recession indicator. I'm not an economist. But I think a whole airline shutting down might be a recession indicator. This is very bad. They closed. Okay, so Spirit closed at 3 a.m. this morning. Everyone who I know has quit a job. Nobody I know has had their job quit at 3 a.m. It's just 3 in the morning and your job call you like, I'm not coming in today, so. That's what, so basically they shut down all the operations effective immediately. And when they said immediately, they meant like immediately means like while you're still in the air and you're landed. I'm thankful everything landed immediately, right? They shut down immediately. And the thing that's heartbreaking about this is that Spirit Airlines did have a lot of fairness to it. You know, we live in a world where there's an expectation around decorum, right? There's an expectation socially about what you can and cannot do based on the optics. And Spirit never cared about any of that. I'm sure some of them found out in the air. That's gotta be terrible. Like, it's one thing to find out you don't work where you work anymore. But to find out in the air has to be different. Because here's the thing. If you work for like a trucking company and they did you dirty. They went ahead and said, hey, we've dissolved as a company effective immediately. This isn't even a company. You won't even get paid your hourly rate. We'll pay you for the hour that we were still operating, but now into the future, you could just get out of the truck and be like, go find your own inventory then. If you... But it's a play. Like you at least, if I was Spirit, I would tell specifically air traffic control not to tell them anything until they landed. You know what I mean? Like imagine, because you can hear some of the like correspondence between air traffic control and some of the pilots even now. People landed and air traffic control is like, sorry about what happened to you guys. And then you hear the pilot be like, what? No, it's not. It wouldn't be fair to put that on air traffic control. Their job is already hard enough. They would definitely let it slip. They got too many things to worry about. It's sad to lose something like Spirit. Because everyone else, you know, they're doing their best, but they don't bring that same energy. You know? You need, in any industry, a clear bottom. And now what'll happen? Now this is rough. Because who is it gonna be? Yeah. Everybody's got their complaints about every airline, don't get me wrong. But like we're being honest. Maybe Frontier. Maybe Frontier. Southwest better watch out. Frontier and Southwest competing for next. I like Southwest, but you know what's funny about them is that they really try to slowly be one of the regular airlines. But every change they make, you teach people how to treat you, whether as a person or as a company. You teach people what they can and can't get away with in front of you. Oh, and so there are things that Delta might do with points on their cards. There's things that JetBlue might do as far as like upgrades and everything. But they train you how to treat them. And for a long time, Southwest was that airline that gave you like Spirit prices with American Airlines atmosphere. This stuff was cheap, but it felt like it was all part of a plan. You know? Spirit would be cheap, but it'd be cheap in a way where you felt like through your ticket you were giving them gas money. No, everybody got a cousin that hits you up. Look, I need $12.50, all right? I need $12.50 till payday. You know I got you, okay? Southwest had this vibe that was like, look, we are trying to offer you the most reasonable price and the most comfortable experience for the regional airlines that we're going to be able to fly you. You know, so you didn't see a bunch of Southwest flights going everywhere, but you saw them going to plenty of places, offering some good service and everything. And then, I don't know if it was a new CEO taking over. I don't know if they were just feeling themselves, but they were like, we're going to eliminate the free check bag. And everybody with their full chest like, what'd you just say? No, I want to hear it again. What'd you just say? I know you must be out of your mind. You Southwest, all right? Don't come over here doing Delta, United, JetBlue stuff. You're Southwest. The only reason I fly you is for the check back. Oh, you gonna make me slap you. You gonna make me slap you. You're bringing out a side of me I don't like. You're stepping out of your place, Southwest. Got everybody lined up in the airport like it's snack time at school, and you want us to pay for check bags. You must be out of your mind, Southwest. Now boarding A, 1 through 50. Who came up with this system? The only reason I didn't say anything is because you had to check bag. You got me standing next to people. You can't just call groups like everybody else. You gotta get us to stand up there because y'all don't have enough employees, don't have any organization. You know what you need to do is have the free check bag. Because now you don't have the free check bag. I'm starting to notice that your airline too. You over here too. I sit down, I press the button, I go, that's unacceptable now. If I'm paying check bag money, I need reclining money. The idea that you would say with your full chest, we're gonna start charging for bags like you're somebody. Like you gonna tell me what's about to happen. No, my favorite would be when the Spirit employees would have words with each other in front of you. You would just, normally the drama in a workplace is confined to the break room. You know, you'll be working somewhere and then at lunchtime somebody comes in and they complain about the person who's been annoying them during their shift, and then they leave and then that person comes in annoying another person. You hear both sides of the story. Or sometimes if you have one of those office jobs that uses Slack, somebody will Slack you, she's so annoying. You know, like... But as Spirit, they really kept it real. There was one time I went up to the gate agent, and I try to be too polite. I apologize for everything before I even start talking. Like, hey, I'm so sorry. I know, I was just wondering, because please, I'm sorry. Hello. Hello, I had a quick question for you, and basically I just needed to change something on my ticket. Like at the time, I didn't have a seat number, so I just needed a seat number. I was like, do I need to wait like on some other airlines, or is this a mistake because it's printed but there's no seat number? Can you give me a seat number? And she's like, oh yeah, sure, fine, I got you, you're all good. And so she starts types my name in, types on the ticket, looking at the ticket, looking at the computer, look at me, just type. And then this other gate agent walks up and is like, hey, I was hoping to use this station when you're done. And the woman helping me took one step away from me as if I wouldn't hear her. And she said, I told you, if you ever speak to me again, I'm slamming your head against the keyboard. Now I see you talking to me. And right now I see teeth. But we could easily make that keyboard keys. It's up to you. And then the woman that she was talking to said, don't be mad, I took your man, right? And I was standing there like, they still have my ID, so. I would love to walk away, but guess I'll wait. I don't even fully understand what happened when it comes to Spirit's downfall. I knew they filed for bankruptcy. In the first bankruptcy, I understood. When they first filed for bankruptcy, I was like, yeah, of course. The second time they filed for bankruptcy, I was like, y'all never got out of the first bankruptcy. I guess I don't understand how business works at all, because I thought that if you filed for bankruptcy, you were bankrupt. I didn't know you could go back to court and be like, oh no, we broke. We need a whole second bankruptcy to go on top of this bankruptcy. Like, even when you play Monopoly, you're just out of the game. You don't have to now work for the game and file another bankruptcy and put down another mortgage on Park Place. Like, that's a wild thing. So they were bankrupt, and they were bankrupt because I don't know what the chapters are. The chapters also feel fake to me. I know I don't understand business. I don't know what chapter 7, chapter 11, all that, but like the fact that in the book of bankruptcy there are different chapters that mean different things, I'm like, nah. No, because I personally, and I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before, but personally, I think that anything that works on like a micro level kind of works that same way on a macro level, unless you are using specific jargon to try to confuse me. Do you know what I mean? Like if something doesn't work between us as individuals, then it doesn't really make sense for it to work when it's a big company. Not really. If I lend you money, and then you spend my money, and then you're out of money, and then you tell me you're out of money, then you're out of money. Seems pretty straightforward. I don't really think you're not out of money because you go get a loan from somebody and you still haven't paid me back. Like that doesn't make sense to me. But once again, I understand business. Maybe this is all business. But they filed one chapter of bankruptcy, and then they filed for the sequel. And then they were asking for a bailout from the government. Like now, like that was that. I mean, that's why they're closed. They wanted a bailout from the government now to tune of like, I think $500 million, which if you need $500 million and no one is trying to kill you, you're bad at business. There's one thing if somebody like trapped you in an alley and put a gun to your head, they were like, give me $500 million, I'll kill you. And then you were like, okay, just give me some time to get the money. It's like, you got 1 week. Now, okay, you need $500 million, but for a very good reason. But if you run a business and you are negative $500 million, I understand the margins are thin. I get that. I get that the margins on airlines are razor thin. But if you see 500 million on a piece of paper and all the letters and numbers are red, you might be worse at business than me. Like, I at least don't understand business. You supposedly do business. I've only ever been negative $24. I'm not saying I'm better at business than the people who are running Spirit, but I'm just saying on paper, I look fantastic.
And now, they're bringing a UFC event to the White House lawn. They're gonna fight on the lawn. They're gonna fight on the lawn at the White House. They're gonna fight at the lawn. They're gonna fight on the lawn at the White House. No, I just want you to hear how it sounds to the rest of the world. They're gonna fight on the lawn at the White. First of all, I didn't know the White House had that much lawn. They're gonna fight on the lawn at the White House. What is it? The president is gonna fight on the lawn. You know, it's like, and it's like, they shouldn't just have a fight. It shouldn't just be a fight. There should also be like a Buick on blocks. You know?
No, they're gonna fight on the White House lawn. You know the White House. No, you know the place that he already tore up. They're gonna fight in front of a torn up White House. They are gonna make Washington, D.C. look as Oklahoma as possible. You got half the house demolished. You got a fight on the lawn. And look, I watch UFC from time to time. I love MMA. I watch a lot of MMA. But this is unnecessary. It's also a bad idea because it's an event outside, and there was just a shooting at the White House outside. This is why nobody believes these when they happen. No one has any level of care or discernment or anything. That's why you look at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. There was a shooting, and then they continued the dinner. I've never had dinner good enough for a hot bullet. I've never been mid-meal and then had to leave for a shooting. You saw there was a shooting at the White House, and it completely. No, we just don't mind anymore. That should be a big deal that there was a shooting at the White House. Hey, you saw every single one of those reporters had a different reaction. There was one reporter, you heard the gunshot, and look, you're a journalist, and you cover the president, so you should know what a gunshot sounds like by now. And so everyone had a different reaction. There were lots of people reporting White House in the background, and you were hearing the pops. And it was like 30 pops. You can't slam a car door that many times. You saw one reporter was over here as soon as the pop started. To her credit, as soon as the pop started, she was like, I really don't care about this job like that. And she went ahead and got off camera, moved out the way. She was done. You go look at the footage, she was gone. She was like, nah, I'm good. I can do something else. I look good on camera. I can do plenty of other things. I talk well. And then there was a reporter. This man tried to keep reporting. You could see where he short-circuited a little bit, because he was gonna try to keep reporting, and then he heard the 28th shot, and he was like, never mind. This man was up here today, Democrats called out the pop, Supreme Court for pop. You know what? And then he took the mic off. Why take the mic off? Just move. The mic is not weighing you down. Shooting on the White House lawn, and then you had that one reporter, pop, and then she was like, what is that? You know you've lived a good life when, as an American, you don't recognize gunfire. What is that? What, do y'all hear that? What is... When she leaned her head out, I was so mad at her. I don't even know her personally, but I was like, no. We don't check for gunfire head first. Over here. What is that? And then someone said gunfire, and she was like, oh.
got this UFC event on the front lawn. Freedom 250 concert. Confusing everybody. It's so insane. This is so stupid. This is like remarkably stupid. This whole thing, it's like, I get it, it's 250. You gotta celebrate, but not like this. Not like, this is like revolving door level stupid. This is the most infuriating. This is so dumb. This is one of the most overworked Secret Services in the history of the presidency. This is why, like, not since Reagan has the Secret Service had to make sure they. Every day, Secret Service gotta have on comfortable shoes. They have no idea where they gonna have to jump, who they gonna have to pull, or anything. Which I know is part of the job. Technically, that's part of the job at all times, right? Like every president, since the beginning of the presidency, especially after the Civil War, has received threats, and like we have to make sure the president is protected and everything. And this is the first time, though, I'm not gonna lie, where we have a president who actually talk like he got Secret Service. So like everywhere he goes, he's like, say something, do it, I don't care. Trump talked like I would talk if I had Secret Service. Like, I bet you won't do nothing though. How about it? Nah, show me. I want to see you do something. Go ahead. Get him, Derek. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, because look, Secret Service job is tough. It's always been tough. But at least with Biden, the most you had to really worry about was the ground. No, you know what I'm talking about. I know Secret Service all around that White House. Like, he taking steps again. He taking steps. Somebody get over there. Eagle is taking the first step down. Watch him, get under him, underneath him. Because Secret Service was embarrassed. They had to have been embarrassed when Biden fell off that bike right in front of him, right next to him. They didn't even throw a hand out to catch him. You could have caught him. You were standing right there. Biden's over that bike. And you saw how he fell. He fell like he fell out of the sky. And now, you supposed to be Secret Service over here not even catching him, throwing a leg out. You should have been on the ground already to catch him. That's the president. But this president hitting different. This president stressing Secret Service out every day. He's talking to whole countries like it's a bar fight. Like, like, look, what was that, Iran? What was that? I bet you won't do anything about it, though. No, we taking everybody out tonight. Come and get me. And now, Secret Service over here. Sir. Please. Trump, when it comes to talking, got the most my boyfriend knows karate vibe I've ever. No, y'all seen that. No, You've seen a woman get into an argument with a man at a bar and be like, and my boyfriend a cop, he gonna beat you up. And now you the boyfriend, you come out of the bathroom, don't even know you walking into a dangerous situation. You just washed your hands too, hands slippery and everything. You're not even ready to grab back and forth with somebody, start tussling. Oh, Cash Patel over here got hacked. He got hacked by what seemed to be Iranian hackers. They broke into basically his private stuff. His not his government profiles and everything. This is just his even before he was ever FBI director.
and it's like his emails and some of his profiles online and everything got hacked. Do you know how embarrassing that is? He's the FBI director. It would be like if you were police chief and you went to do a press conference and you looking around like, y'all, who took my gun? Who took my... You're the FBI director. He got hacked. They broke his private, accounts, and they were putting all his business online and everything. And it's crazy to watch. This is the FBI director, and it is wild to find out that he takes the same security precautions online that I do. Like I was literally finding out in real time. I'm like, oh, you're not supposed to do that? You're not supposed to... Wait, you're not supposed to have the same password for everything. That's bad? I thought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exclamation point was a good password. No. They hacked this man. They got his profiles and stuff. Released all that stuff. They even found his user profile to an adult website. I know. And a profile that he started on January 6th. Not that January 6th. It was no, it was a totally different year. I had the same thing. Initially, I was like, huh? Oh. No. Iranian hackers are the reason we know that man's profile on a bunch of things is Spider Cash. Some of these details, I'm not gonna lie, almost made me feel bad for the Iranian hackers. Imagine you out here trying to hack the FBI director as a country that this country is at war with. These are high stakes. This is high profile stuff. You know, you hacking your little heart out. You hacking as much as possible. If this was the movie, you'd be over here. I don't actually know how to hack. I just know in the movie they always start typing harder to hack harder. And then you in the middle of hacking the FBI director for the United States. And the middle of your hack, you see some stuff, they go, ugh! Like, he a freak. I'm trying to have lunch. No. It's the FBI. This is embarrassing. Not saying the FBI was doing like a whole ton of good before Cash got there, but like, I don't know. You would think it's a pretty powerful institution. And now the director is somebody that we don't really trust to do anything. That's rough. I can't get over it. The FBI. What a fall. Used to be so powerful. Used to be so influential. You know what I mean? Like spoke like these spooky feds. Used to wonder. Used to have conversations and you're like, are you a fed? You know what I mean? It would be high profile stuff. There'd be like gun running. There'd be drug deals and stuff. Are you a Fed? How do I know you're not with the Feds? I'm sure now criminals are like, I know you're not a Fed. I don't even know if they have funding anymore. I'm pretty sure all the Feds have to push the jet to get it started.
And then people start pulling out. Trump was furious. He was like, I tricked these people fair and square. How dare they pull out like this? You fell for a ruse. I can't believe you wouldn't honor your word. And so then Trump said, hey, you know what? We don't need these third-rate artists. Which is such a funny insult when you booked. The only thing I've seen that's exactly like that was one time. One time I was at the mall and this guy was trying to throw some game. He was shooting his shot at the cashier who was working at the Corn Dog 7. All right, and I think in his mind he was like, she already working at Corn Dog 7. I could show her a better life. And so, he was throwing his game down hard. He was over here like, what you doing? What you doing? And she was like, working. Just for all of us as men, if you ever get a one-word answer, it's probably not going to happen. Don't put yourself through the struggle. Because she knows what he's trying to do, he knows what he's trying to do, but also one word answer, it's not exactly conversation. He's like, what you doing? Working? Okay, well, you looking good. I mean, you looking very good. Look at you. And she went, my uniform? He was like, yeah, but I bet you look good in anything. I just noticed you over here, so I thought I'd come over and say hi, See if I could brighten your day the way you brighten mine just by shining in my direction. Yeah. Trust me, I was watching, try to get his attention like, you know what I mean? I hate to see a slow train wreck, like a fast one's interesting. You're like, wow, that came out of nowhere. A slow one is just like, hit the brake, hit the brake, hit the brake, hit the brake. And then and then she was like, so are you gonna order something? Or mind you, there's no line. It's like, so you gonna order something? It's like, yeah, I was looking at all these numbers up here and I was really just hoping I could get yours. Now at this point I have left my seat. I'm now off of this peripheral like. And then he was like, Yeah, I was hoping I could get yours. And then she said, I don't have a phone. Which is a hard, that is, you know, people always tell you when they're trying to give you confidence, when you want to approach somebody and, you know, ask them out, that the worst thing they could say is no, but I don't have a phone. In a year that starts with 2000 is a little worse than no. And so then she's like, I have a phone. He's like, oh. I'm sorry. Wait. Don't make me laugh. Wait. Wait. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. I'm so serious. Okay, wait. It's like, I have a phone. And then this dude went, oh. Maybe I could write you. And I'm not, now at this point, I'm down on one knee, basically, bam, like, stop! And she like, oh, because to be fair to her, I'm sure she thought the I don't have a phone thing would stop 99.9% of humanity. So when he asked if he could write her, she was like, oh, I'm unhoused. I don't know what to tell you. And that was when he caught on. That was when you saw a switch where he was like, oh, she doesn't want, I'm being rejected. You see it, you know what I mean? I was close to him by now. I was in line now. I was in line looking over his shoulder, and you could see in his face that for the first time it like clicked. Oh, she doesn't like me, she's not interested. So you saw this dude just like sit with it for a second, nod his head. I think his lip quivered a little. And he was like, I don't love you, and then walked away. And that's the same energy Trump had when he was over here tweeting third-rate artists over the people he booked. That's insane. Third-rate, you booked them. And so then he said, you know what? I don't even need these third-rate acts, all right? I mean, I know I can book somebody right now. You got bigger numbers than all of them. I can book somebody right now. Got more numbers than all of them put together. More numbers than Elvis. When he said more numbers than Elvis, I genuinely, for a quick second, because the movie is out and everything, I actually wondered if he genuinely thought Michael Jackson was still alive. Like. No, that would be the most Trump thing ever, to have like all these people pull out. Bret Michaels pull out, all these people pull out, and then turn to somebody and be like, get me Michael Jackson then. We're going to show everybody. For a second, when I was reading his post, I was like, I think he thinks, because these are already a lot of artists from like a 90s, early 2000s type era. I'm like, I wonder who he's talking about. And then he was like, yeah, I get somebody, got more numbers than Elvis, could pack a whole arena. meat. What do they want with it? What do they like? Because then it just feels like you're buying up pieces of America, which does look like what's happening. I never thought that like we would be for sale this hard. I knew we were for sale for like the Epstein billionaires. I didn't know we were for sale to like anybody. I can't imagine what that was like for this week. Being with Trump in China and being a translator. Because Trump being himself, and once again, 80-year-old man that is just, saying his thoughts out loud. Even when he was on Air Force One and he was coming back, he was Air Force One. He was coming back, and then a journalist asked him, "Did you talk to President Xi about the cyber attacks that China's been engaging in that have been digging into our infrastructure or just like threatening our financial systems? Like, did that come up at all?" And I wish I could have been on that plane. I wish I could have been on that plane to then ask the journalist, "What do you think?" No, like truly, what do you think? This guy on camera for the world was like, "We have more Chinese restaurants than y'all." That's the guy you think asked about cybersecurity. And then Trump starts to answer a question. Trump is basically like, "Hey, look, it didn't come up in that way, but they spy on us and we spy on them and we do a bunch of spying on them. Like everything they do to us, we do to them too." And I was like, what are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? What are you saying? They're still watching, by the way. You haven't taken off yet, I don't think. You're still there. It's like, yeah, everything that they do to us, we do to them too. And sometimes we do even more. Like they have spies over here, but we got plenty of spies over there doing all the spying. I want you to imagine for a second being a Chinese spy here. You're a Chinese spy and you're here. You're in the U.S. and you're a Chinese spy. You're a Chinese spy here. And you're watching that and you're a Chinese spy here. And you watch. I feel like he has made the job of a Chinese spy so difficult because he tells everything already. So then there's nothing for the Chinese to spy on. He'll just say stuff, and then the Chinese spy will be like, "That's what I was about to WhatsApp anyway." This man taking my whole job. They think I'm not doing work. They think I'm up here sipping Mai Tais and stuff because every time I try to send them something that's already in the news because he already said it, I can't even spy fast enough because he's saying everything too quick. Trump is over here being like, "Yeah, they spy on us, but we spy on them above. We doing all manner of stuff to them, spying on them consistently. We can't stop spying on them." Imagine, you're an American. Spying in China. And you're watching that and you're like, "Oh." It's like, "Oh, they spy on us. We spy on them. We spy on them a heck of a, they're doing a lot of stuff to us." But, I told them, "We do stuff to y'all all the time. Stuff you probably don't even know about." I was like, shut up. 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 Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up.
Yeah, it's crazy. This dude, Reckless Ben, even got swatted. Yeah, got swatted. Was in his Airbnb with his friends. They were trying to figure out how they're going to serve these papers. The person that is there to serve the papers also, because they keep not having the opportunity to serve, because every time they try to like knock on the door and serve the papers or something, this Josh seemed to be calling the police on them, and then the police show up with like a different thing. Now they talk to the police every single time, and every single time they talk to the police are like, yeah, actually, you don't seem to be doing anything worth calling us for, and then they leave. But still, he won't open the door, so then they can't serve him. And so then the person that's meant to serve Josh just starts hanging out with Reckless Ben all day because they can't serve the papers. So then they kind of just have a sidekick for a good portion of this journey. Like, and yeah, they get swatted, all this stuff. Like, eventually there's threats on Josh. They arrest Ben, and Josh basically says he's stalking me. But he is trying to serve you the papers so that they could see. But then the police are like, yep, that's stalking. You keep showing up here trying to get his attention. And it's like, it's so crazy to think that out of all the corruption, with policing in the U.S., this is the one that has people burned up. This is the one where it's like, those police can't do that. Why you arrested Ben trying to do something right? Why you arrested him? See, it's all because you're Mormon. It sounds like a conspiracy theory. But then you watch it play out, because they even say, so what Ben ends up doing, instead of even trying to serve Josh anymore, he just comes up with a GoFundMe campaign for the people who own the Legos, so they can get some money, so that way they can maybe be made whole, because it doesn't look like they're going to get their Legos back. And it doesn't look like they're going to see these people in court. And if they do, it's going to take years potentially. So then they start the GoFundMe. And they're about to put up a GoFundMe sign across the street from Josh's house. And across the street from Josh's house is a sign. I can't remember exactly what it said, but it said something like, "Hi, I steal from the elderly," right? And then wouldn't you know it, they barely got the sign up. They're really trying to put the last strap on one of the signs, and the police show up. And the police are over here talking to them and asking them what they're doing. And then one of the guys says, like, look, we started this GoFundMe because we're clearly not going to be able to serve this guy. And then that guy says, well, this is defamation. I've never seen the police so proactive. I've never seen, do you know how many people are actually stalked? Like, actually stalked. And then they go to the police station. Stalker probably see him going to the police station. And then the police tell them, yeah, dang, that sucks. But there's not much we can do about it. These police are over being proactive on Josh's behalf. They're saying this is defamation. And then they arrest the guy that's trying to put up the sign. But what for? The defamation, you have to be sued for the defamation. Which would be great, because then he would be in court for you to serve him his papers. It's wild. All this is happening. This man got my name. You know what I mean? When you ever see somebody using your name, you like, stop, you're bad at it. You are terrible at being Josh Johnson. I'm at least regular. You over here making a bad name for all of us, and there's a lot of us. There's so many Josh Johnsons in the United States of America that you could just be going about your business and be mistaken for a Josh Johnson that you are not. It's happened to me many times. You'll just be living your regular life. You'll be doing everything you're supposed to do. Ooh, I feel a little sick. I got a sniffle. Let me go to the doctor. You go to the doctor. The doctor writes you a prescription. You go to the pharmacy. You pick up your prescription. So far, we're following all the steps towards wellness. And then you read the instructions, and they're not exactly the same instructions as the doctor gave you, but you're like, okay, he was going off the top of the dome, so maybe he got it wrong a little bit. And so then you take your medicine, and then you go to bed. And then you wake up with your feet on fire. Your feet are burning up, and just your feet, I cannot describe, just these, tingling and on fire. You lift the covers because you're thinking in your head, maybe somebody set my sheets on fire. You throw the covers off you, and all you see is your feet. They look regular. They look like just your regular feet, but on the inside, full of matches, all on fire. So you make a move towards the bathroom. You roll out of bed. You're not feeling your best right now, so you can't just get up like you normally would. Normally, you would just go ahead and slide out of the bed. But this one, you really got to roll and let yourself fall because nothing in your body feels right. And then you go to walk to the bathroom. But walking to the bathroom means stepping on these feet, which are already on fire. Nevertheless, the pressure. So now you just decide, I'm going to crawl to the bathroom. And you crawl to the bathroom, you grab the sink, you lift yourself up, you look in your own eyes, and they don't look regular. And all of this is because your name is Josh Johnson. And so is somebody else's who has blood pressure medication. And so, you shouldn't, but you do just sort of sit on the toilet and wait to die. I've been very excited to come back to Asheville. Mainly because, I'll be honest with you, all right? This is as a visitor, this is outside looking in, I'm telling you. Y'all's food has no business being as good as it is. This is crazy. I live in New York, and I'll meet people who are from Asheville, and they'll tell you which 9 places to go. And usually when someone gives you a list of places to go, and the list is longer than you could possibly visit, they're like, okay, here's 9 things, but these 3 are what you really want to make sure you don't miss. The others are really good, but these 3 are the best. Don't let yourself miss out. And I went to ask my friend, we got 9 recommendations, and I was like, so which are like the top 3? And they were like, top. I gave you 9 because you should go to 9. I'm only here for a day. How am I going to make it to 9 places? They're like, you need to make time is what you need to do. Y'all have a thing here where because the food is so good and some people aren't expecting it, you get people who just involuntary. You're at a restaurant, you're enjoying your food. It's good food, but you're used to good food. And then you hear someone else who's, I guess, used to gruel. Because then they taste the food and they're like, oh. And those sort of sounds, I think they're meant to be involuntary. It's kind of like a laugh. It's like if you try to force a laugh, you look insane. But if somebody makes you laugh and it's genuine, it's organic, you can feel it, it's a beautiful thing. When someone cooks something so good that it makes you just go like, wow. You can tell a difference when somebody's cooked something nasty and you try to keep up appearances because these are like your new in-laws or whatever, and you don't want to make a bad impression even though you didn't cook it, you know what I mean? But you want to be polite, and so you try it and you're like, oh, like you can't even remember how to do a decent one. The impression of a is so bad when it's not good. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've tried to fake an before. I did. I was at a friend's place and I hadn't seen her in a while, and then she was cooking. So when she cooked, I was like, that's nice that someone would make me a meal. I'm gonna at least try it. It was okay. She had made these like barbecue pork chops, but then had put them into like her own version of a pad thai. Thank you. There's a time to experiment, and then there's a time to be regular. Like, master being regular before you go off into your own realm of foods that don't exist like that. Like, she didn't try to recreate like an actual Chinese dish or something like that. This was just something she was like, yeah, I just threw something together. And it's like, don't ever throw again. You need to be pitching underhanded the way that you... This is crazy. Okay, so... The plate had 3 pork chops on it. And it had, you know, the noodles and some veggies and stuff. And the sauce was great, but this is the thing. A lot of people like to hide behind sauce. All right? There's a lot of culinary cowards out there. Terrified of their own cooking. So they're like, let's lather it in sauce. Let's basically make it crunchy or chewy sauce. And so she had the sauce in there, and I don't know how she did it. I don't know what happened. But one of those pork chops was raw. And this is the magic trick of it. I watched them be on the grill. I watched it happen. I watched her put all 3. I watched her flip all 3. I watched her take all 3 and put them on the plate. And then one of them just protested. One of them was like, no, being murdered was bad enough. I will not be cooked. And what do? I got this plate of food in front of me. And, you know, if you go to somebody's place, and you're like, oh, I just ate. I just ate. Now that gets you out of a little bit of trouble. You still got to taste it, whatever it is. But no one expects you to finish it. You just ate. And then if they ask you what you ate, you come up with like 4 or 5 dishes. Show them you have no room in your stomach. But I had said I ate before I got there, which was true. I was never going to finish this whole plate. But I bit into the first pork chop, and it was halfway decent. It was a little tough. It took more chewing than felt comfortable or right. It didn't feel like eating so much as training my jaw. It felt like one of the only things missing from those Rocky montages. Like he need to run up the stairs, he need to punch the meat, but then he need to chew this. And then he'll be able to take on that Russian one that gave him so much trouble, gave him all the brain damage. You remember Rocky IV. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I gotta bite each one of these, because then that looks the messiest, and then that looks like I at least gave it a fair shot. Also, taking a bite out of each one ensures she'll never do this to anybody ever again, because she can't repurpose it as leftovers. Because the only thing worse than nasty food is nasty leftovers. That means that somebody saw what they cooked and decided it wasn't a war crime, and then put it in a refrigerator and then microwaved it. Because you know how bad food's always better after being in the microwave. And so I went to take a bite of the second one, and it was somehow just as chewy as the first one. But that second one was, you could tell, I was like, man, this is going to be the thing that takes me out. This is raw meat. This is raw meat with sauce. I don't know how she did it to me, but she really gonna kill me. This is an op. And so then I took a bite of the third one. And the third one actually, wow, Goldilocks, because that one was not bad. That one, and maybe it took less chewing, or maybe my jaw had just been conditioned to the point where this third one was like easy money, because I was used to eating raw pork chop and eating tough pork chop. Said all that to say that she had the nerve. She had, okay. She's a good person, but she had the wherewithal, which is insane. She had the wherewithal to ask me how it was, even though she could see my eyes. Because I was giving it away. I was tearing up. I was eating raw meat to be polite to you, my friend. You know, I'm not doing what I want to do. What I want to do is, why would you do this to me? Why would you, after the first bite, why would you do this to me? I thought we had a real friendship. Why would you try? Who put you up to it? But I was like, she's like, how is it? I was like, already my eyes are too wide for me to lie. How is it? You see how it's not believable?